Did not look at my hair before I turned that camera on. Howdy, y'all. Wait, Howdy, y'all. This setup was harder than I thought. Getting a Wii set up in the UFO World 20... Oh, Wii U was set up in the UFO World 2019. Shockingly difficult. I got everything set up, and then I was like, you know, I don't know that I have a sensor bar. So I found a sensor bar, got all that done, then I plugged everything in. Wii gamepad did not charge. Could not figure out why. Tried 15 different plugs. Eventually, I plugged it straight into the wall versus using a, what do you call it? Surge protector. And it started charging. So that, like, it actually got working. The mic is really loud. How's that sound? Test, test. It'll take me a little bit. Okay, that should be better. And then getting this setup going without actually, like, you know, being able to move and aim in this, surprisingly difficult as well. Hopefully I don't knock this setup down at some point. We're gonna go normal. I don't know if you guys have ever played Sin and Punishment 2. The Sin and Punishment 2 is one of the best games of all time. We'll go through the story. We'll watch the cutscenes. I don't know this game's story. I've never watched this game's cutscenes in my entire life. And maybe I've watched the first one.
Should be smooth sailing from here on out.
But it's simpler to skip them because the story doesn't make a lot of sense. This game is not good looking. It is. It could be up there as one of the worst Nintendo published Wii games in terms of graphics.
How did they find us?
But it is like, it's the best third-person shooter or rail shooter out there, period. And you can play it with a classic controller. You could do that to yourself. But you want to use a Wiimote.
Kachi, you okay? Oh man, what's our status?
So how y'all doing today?
The ship's totally.
How's everyone's Thursday been?
Won't be long until the reactor explodes.
Game audio seems really loud. Let me see if I can turn that down a little bit.
And the security locks are online. We've got company.
Wii is weird about that sort of thing.
Okay, here's the plan. We need to get out of here now. If we take out those...
I would say this is a lot better than Kid Icarus Uprising. Kid Icarus Uprising has better things aside from the gameplay. But trust me when I say this game goes places that, like, Sakurai would only dream of going to. I've not played this game in many years, actually. I've started up a little bit before to just make sure this worked. But I've not actually, like, really played this in a long time. Gamescast today got reasonably heated. Just based on a, what is the most iconic PlayStation game? I don't think I've ever jumped in this game, or purposely. Pointless, but sure, because you can fly. But I'm guessing the tutorial doesn't know I know that yet. Now I know that. I still maintain Wii is not a bad system. It just had some bad games. But it also had a lot of really great ones. I'm also going to be able to pay less attention to the chat with this kind of game. The audio is too low now. Let's see. Put it about -30. That should get it to not peak. Interesting question. Where do you think next Pokemon game should be set? Brazil or Australia? Australia would be interesting. They've not done anything in South America yet. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they go outside in like other parts of America. Like, they mostly covered New York, but like the West Coast would be interesting. I'm positive this is just straight up a console reference. Oh, is it only changing the charge shot now? Okay. Whether or not you like motion control, the Wii still had a lot of great games. Like, design-wise, those games are just good. They might not be good for you, but they're like intensely well-made games. I'm screwing up here. I should be hitting those rockets a lot better. Is the mic messed up? Test. Oh, that's peaking a bit. How about this? How does this sound? Test, test. Okay. Let's go with that then. I think, I don't know, for me, give me a good game and I will find a way to play it. If it's a bop it, then I'll play it on a bop it. Like, this game just appeals to so many of its abilities. Like, it's basically a character action game with a shooter. It's like just filled with boss fights. It's like really feast for family and jogging. I was gonna say maybe it's Bayonetta before Bayonetta, but this is not before Bayonetta. That's a predicate after Bayonetta. Which is just the thing I look for. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Squidabella. Okay, now game sounds. Let's see. It's still at around 35. That's not going to make anyone happy, but maybe that'll be just loud and just quiet enough.
Hurry, the ship's gonna blow! Jump!
I'm curious. No, I wouldn't have this connected online, so I'd have to go through a whole rigmarole, so... But almost certainly the online leaderboard for this game does not exist anymore. I can see what you mean about game sound being loud. It seems like it's reaching near yellow,
Lucky to be alive.
even with nothing happening.
Uh-oh. Where's Kachi? Kachi? Kachi! Kachi, you okay?
Of course. Good as new.
Man, Treasure was not good
Okay,
at
then.
modeling
Where are we?
humans.
Some kind of underground city.
Hope I'm not interrupting. Hand over the girl. Act swiftly, and I may just spare your life. Foolish boy.
GameSpy once stated me on an
Truly
article.
intend to challenge us?
What?
Hand her
Why
over
did
or
GameSpy
die.
have an online
Your
service
choice.
anyway?
Fine. Tinker.
Good boy. You've made a wise choice.
Like, this game has such an
Give
elaborate
away
story that
that
it's not at
mask
all
and
necessary in
reveal
any
your
way.
true nature, monster.
Take this!
Yes.
I didn't change the game out. Let me do that when
Running
this
is
cutscene's
nothing
going.
but an exercise in futility.
Who was that guy?
One of the soldiers sent after you.
Hold on, let's
What do we do now?
Now we run like our lives depend on it. Because they do.
Okay. Sin and Punishment Star Successor. So it was not called 2 in America. I guess they were worried people wouldn't be like, you know, whatever. Like, oh, Sin and Punishment 2. I'm not caught up on the lore. Like, that wasn't going to help or hurt this game.
Oh, great. We've got keepers on us too.
There's a game I really want to hit, or level I really want to hit. I don't know that we're going to hit tonight. But there's like a water tunnel level, which is just the coolest level in the world. Whoa. Didn't see him stick on me. We are going to get to one of my favorite bosses that unfortunately does not have the same name in English that he had in Japanese. But we'll get to it. I'll explain it when we get to it. I don't actually know what these things are. They're like little koi? Sperm? Like, this game has so many enemies and so many boss fights. It is a treasure game from the Genesis, but just happens to be on Wii. And I believe the numbers for this game were something like sub 10,000. Like when Wonderful 101 came out and this game started underperforming, it was compared to this. Like I said, this one has classic controller support, but don't. Like, I can't imagine playing this game without the Wiimote. It also supported the zapper, but also don't. Doesn't this game go for a lot now? When I was trying to find extra copies, most of the ones I was finding were like $30. But those are all used. I own one in Georgia, but very difficult for me to... Trying to get my parents to pick out a copy of a game and send it to me, not easy. It's far from like the, what do you call it, the rarest Wii game by any means. I think Radiant Dawn is still rare, and I think Path of Radiance, which is a GameCube game, is rarer than that. And I own both those games, so that's great, I guess. They're not like big money. The money you get from them, I'd be happy with owning the game, honestly. Here we go, here's the guy. Does he have a name in English? Phoenix Keeper. In Japan, and keep in mind, the Japanese version was in English. His name was Commander Cockkeeper. Which, I could see the logic in naming an enemy that thing. But obviously localization was like, no, we can't name a boss Commander Cockkeeper. You know what? I think I didn't realize it until right now, but one of the things I think appeals to me so much about this game is that it kind of feels like a modern Contra in some ways. Like, not in the difficulty at all, because it's not. It gets a lot harder. And at that point, we might need to actually dial it down a bit. But like, look at like this sort of thing of racing through the city upside down and shooting these alien monsters. Like, Treasure itself always felt like a company that was based on the idea of, hey, Contra's cool, let's do that. And they don't make games anymore. Like, what was the last thing they made? God, it was like some Capcom superhero game that was supposed to be a media franchise, and it was not bad at all. And I think 8-4 reported somewhat recently that they're just out of the game making business in general. They're just licensing these days. So I think this is just the last great game. I took a ton of hits on that. Bye guys. Everything also explodes real good in this game. Alright, he dodges all the bullets. Can't dodge that though.
This way. Let's take a breather in here.
Yeah, treasure, the market kind of leaves treasure behind. Because, I mean, with the Dreamcast, we started moving away from arcade-style games, because that was a system based around arcade games in general. And then it kind of fell away when PS2 was like, okay, more single-player narrative, you know, what have you games. I think games like Devil May Cry kind of brought them back as a new form in character action. But for the most part, like, that was relegated to the XBLA kind of thing. And still is to a large bit.
Is that supposed to hurt?
I forgot how to fight this guy. This is cool. Am I just supposed to survive for a bit? Oh wow. Yeah, I think surviving is the call here. There's also a lock-on option, but I hate it.
Filthy cur.
Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I figured out how to hit him. But I'm gonna probably die in the time it takes for me to do another shot at him. Oh, I thought that. What? Hey, none of those hit. Okay, well, I took the death there. Let's try that again, but not so badly. I mean, yeah, a game that was not a small action game, a long RPG, was the game that saved Platinum. But also, it was a game that heavily leaned on both word of mouth and someone else's writing talent. So, like, I want to see how Astral Chain ended up doing, because it didn't show up in the million sellers this past quarter, which it wouldn't. But I don't think it's doing, like, it should be good for a Platinum game, but not necessarily great. Like, Astral Chain I expect sold within expectation for Astral Chain. And no better or worse. That attack I hate. There we go. My audio is a bit muffled. I don't understand what's causing that. I'm gonna try boosting the gain a bit. Well, it's not. I haven't done anything to the mic since yesterday's stream. Shouldn't be that big a difference in terms of distance. I don't know. Hopefully the game a bit helped. Yeah, good combat system is not enough to sell a game on. I was a little surprised DMC5 ended up doing as well as it did, because there's not a lot to that game besides the great combat. Oh right, the turtle. You almost never want to do a third strike, which is like when I'm being real bad about doing it. Because there's such a long cooldown on that one that you're going to get hit by whatever's next. Oh. Oh, you doing this again? Oh, you can sometimes one cycle him, but it's not easy. There we go. I barely survived that boss fight. I've gotten a lot rustier at this game. So here's the thing, I am going on vacation next week, so Wednesday and Thursday streams aren't happening. Tuesday stream is still happening. Do you guys still want to do Shenmue 2, or do you want to do like a weird one-off? Because there'll be no stream the next couple of days.
That monster back there. Why did it attack us?
Monster? Oh, that wasn't a monster, Kachi. It was a keeper.
I'll have to figure out what the one-off will be, but...
Long ago, the civilization of this Earth became so advanced that it brought about its own destruction. Keepers are artificial life forms, created to protect what's left. Think about it this way. Keepers act as Earth's immune system. And in their eyes, we're uninvited parasites. Alright, I think I found our ticket out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, remember you sending me a link, SJ Mapler? I don't think I saved it. Because I think I was on my work laptop. Oh, thanks for the poll. That'll be helpful.
A tunnel in the ocean.
I will have to check in, maybe, because there's a game that Embargo theoretically should end next week. I don't know if it'll be by Tuesday. Maybe I can stream a level of that.
Once we make it through, we'll infiltrate a floating air fortress. According to the database, a few ships are docked there. If we can get to one of those ships, we'll be home free.
There was a weird, I don't know, Nintendo of America was so weird in this era. Of like, there were game types they were actively hostile about. Like there was no reason Disaster Day of Crisis shouldn't have come here. They were so strange about, what do you call it? About Xenoblade and the rest of those games. Alright, cool. I love this level. So this is just it's a big water tunnel, but the tunnel itself is just made of water. So it's an air tunnel, really. Underwater. Like, this team should have made the next Star Fox. It's baffling to me that they did not. like NOA had a lot of weird things on their shoulders when the Wii became such a success. So they're like, okay, well, we can't have any failures. So they became so safe that it was like to a fault. Like, Disaster Day of Crisis isn't a great game. It may not have sold well, but it was a decent game. Just in this day and age of like digital releases, maybe those kind of games would exist better. Actually, now that I have the Wii U set up, I might maybe next Tuesday we do like an Awendon Elite Beat Agents chemistry. We did one of those last year. That was pretty cool. Was it last year? Or was it earlier? It must have been earlier this year. How so cool is that? You're going too fast, so you like or knock out of the air tunnel. Oh, I missed the prompt on that. Or not prompt, but I got hit. Come at me. Come on. What are you doing? Like, the gist of this game is you want to be able to slash things or you want to be able to hit missiles into things. And if you can do those, they'll probably die. I have no idea what coins do. That just occurred to me. This should be the boss, right? The ship? No. I know I'm not talking, I'm just gonna be focusing a little bit on this. But also I really fucking love this game. What a good video game. Like, this game with better graphics would be, like, undisputably one of the best shooters of all time, but because no one played it, it doesn't get recognized, which is sad. Like, it's kind of the opposite of a recency bias kind of thing. Like, we tend to look at older games that are more emulatable as, like, classics. But we're already... God, this game is probably 9 years old now? And we don't talk about it because it's too recent to be a classic. But people will be glad to tell you that, oh, like... God, what was the name of the game I was just thinking of? Like this SNES, or the NES game that you've never heard of, or the Genesis game that was made by Treasure, wasn't that great, or like Alicia Dragon, or whatever. Like, those games are classics. How many bosses are in this level? I remember the boat, and that's pretty much it. Ah, 2 HP, really? There we go. You wreck all my multiplier from being hit. I reinstalled FF14. It is currently back on my desktop. What I'm going to do with that information is unclear at the moment. I guess I have a vacation next week. And then I'm transferring at IGN to a job where I have to do actually work. So that's going to take up a decent more bit of my time. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I'm joining the IGN news team now. Which, it is what it is. Like, I am glad for the opportunity. Okay, yeah, here's the ship. it'll sound arrogant, but at one point I was interviewing for IGN's news lead. Like, the head of news at the entire outlet. So to join their news team feels like a step down from what I was doing, or what I should have been doing. But I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things that's hard to talk about because it sounds hubristic. But I wish things would have just worked out a different way. I remember there being a phase of this boss that was just like complete bullshit. It's not this one. This one's fairly manageable. This might be it. I'm sure I've had nightmares about Frogface. Yep, this is it. That wasn't too bad. And this level is not over yet. What time is it? 7:52? Let's keep going. Because I don't want to do this level over again. This game is just boss fight after boss fight, whatever boss fight, they're all cool. But also, whoa! Wii games do not scale well onto 4K TVs. Just throwing that out there. That new information people need. Those hot exclusive scoops, those hot scoozies. Maybe just, there. Problem solved. Now new problems. Let me see. Can I just slash you? I cannot. That did not work out. I need to stop ending my... Crap, where do I hit this guy? Oh, this is bad. There we go. Okay. Am I gonna survive this? Doesn't look like it. This might actually be a little too difficult for me to... Nope. Yeah, I'm interested. Death Stranding comes out tonight, right? So people should be able to get their impressions by tomorrow. I'm curious what people think. I saw someone who got the game a little early say like, "Oh, it's actually like the best thing I've ever played." I'm like, okay, like this is going to appeal to some people like that, and that's fine. Fran updated his thing on the Gamecast today. He's like still enjoying it, still loving it. Good for him. If this big game connects with you in a way that, like, let's say Nier connected with me, I'm very happy about that. I also think this game is antithetical to the idea of, like, let's say a day one Game Pass style thing. Because a lot of this game's sales are going to come from, good or bad, I want to know what this game is. So I think Sony will probably shy. Like, you heard that Jim Ryan quote today. They're not keen on that kind of idea of day one stuff going up. I don't think that they definitely don't want the market to move that way. And I think they have a partner in Nintendo who also did not want the market to move that way. So Nintendo's also kind of like, they're doing the weird thing with Nintendo Online where, well, here's a free Kirby game, here's a free Tetris 99, you know, that sort of thing.
I bet the Nebulox are behind this.
The Nebulox.
Yeah. Hey,
When's the next Marvel movie that's coming out?
they're hunting me? Is it because
Could-
I don't belong here?
Usually there's one announced date by the time the previous one has come out.
What is...
PS Now is the most popular streaming service. Keep in mind that's what Stadia hasn't launched, and xCloud is in beta.
We have a head with 2 ears and 2 eyes.
Scarlet Witch is in May.
And a nose.
Huh.
And
I don't know anything about that movie.
Yep.
And a body with two
Oh wait, no, that's
arms
WandaVision, isn't it?
That's right.
I'm not even a little
and
interested in
2
WandaVision.
legs, right?
Oh, Black Widow. Yeah, okay,
Oh,
that's May.
and a tail.
I saw the art of her fighting Taskmaster, and I was like, that looks dumb.
We don't have tails.
But I'll see it. They got me as a locked up audience.
Look at you, giggling with the target you were.
I know I killed that guy, but I have no idea what his deal is.
Tell me, my friend, why haven't you completed your task?
Because I changed my mind.
So, you defy the will of the creators.
I don't give a damn about the creators or their will.
Letting that creature live could destroy our entire universe. End her life.
Oh, I did watch. I watched the ending of this game. Because you get a different ending if you 100% it. And I remember it being a really fucking dumb ending. That requires you to have played Sonic Punishment 1 for it to make any sense, and even then it makes very little sense. I imagine some... I don't know, I think the floor could drop out of Marvel movies once the quality starts suffering, but also the other option is once it gets too much. Once there are just too many movies to keep track of a year. Right now, 3 is a maximum number, I think. They do any more than that, and it's like, okay, no, I can't watch all of these. I already don't like going to the movies. But I do it because there's a zeitgeist you gotta kind of be a part of. So I go see, honestly, most of what I see is Pixar, Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, so yes, all Disney own things. Maybe I should expand my repertoire a little, but like palette a bit. Like the local theater's playing Parasite, maybe I'll go see Parasite at some point. But with what fucking time, honestly. He got weird. He became a Death Stranding. Whoops. Oh well, it worked out. You don't want to kill the jets because you want their missiles. Oh shit, electro nibbles. Okay, what is this? What are you doing? I don't think they're killable. Okay, they just went away. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I think after this boss will call it quits for the night, but I want to kill this thing because it's weird and gross. Keeps getting weirder and grosser. Man, this game is so cool. I know I'm just saying that over and over. Like, that's not good stream commentary. But this game is so cool. He needs to die fast because I need more health. I need a lot more health very fast. Nope. Died. Okay, let's see where it continues starts to be over. If it's in this form, we'll continue. If it's not, we'll call it.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Okay, it's in this form. We can do this. This is no problem. We got this. God. Crap. Oh, that wasn't cool. They put the shield up after I shot. Oh, I lost half my health already. So this is going great so far. This is actually good. Like, in a DPS race, I should be able to beat him. Unless something weird happens. Missing a shot might count as something weird. I'm disappointed there's no Final Fantasy 7, or not, sorry, 7. Final Fantasy 14 Fan Fest this year. I wanted to go. By this year, I mean in Vegas. It was fun last year. I learned a lot. Weird, I wonder... I never actually killed all of those balls before. I wonder what that does. Armand Litter is his name. Oh wait, I just realized this is a 7 Force fight. What? Oh, come on, Armand Ritter. You can say it's just a straight up vacation. I'm going to Kansas City for a bit. I need to not miss those things. I don't get them often enough for me to miss them. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm taking every hit. Okay, we're gonna call it for now. We'll come back to this later. But this is a new Thursday game for a bit. I think it'll only last about 3 weeks at this rate. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming.